Welcome back, Legion. Today I want to talk to you guys about alcohol and the athlete, how the two can go together, and the effects of alcohol on athletic performance. So the effects of alcohol vary depending on quantity, demographics, genetics, the type of sport or exercise that you're involved in, body mass, gender, and nutritional status. The acute effects of alcohol are decreasing motor skills, so you become less coordinated. It will decrease your hydration status, so it'll make you more dehydrated, which can then go on and affect athletic performance. It will decrease your aerobic performance, so you're going to have a limited ability to express your cardiovascular capacity. And probably most impactful of all is it'll decrease your recovery, or it'll impact your recovery via diminished protein synthesis. So protein synthesis is basically the remodeling, the rebuilding of muscle tissue, tendons, ligaments. So once you've had a hard bout of exercise or competition, you're going to have a lot of damage to these tissues, and they need to recover, and they need good nutrition to help it recover. And alcohol pretty much puts a bit of a stop on that, on your body's ability to recover. And if you're having this this impacted ability to recover, it's then going to affect training. So if you drink on the weekend and you've got training 2 days later, like, you're still probably not going to be fully recovered by that training session. And then that's going to impact the next training session, and then it's going to impact the next game, and then you just rinse and repeat, and all of a sudden you're in this cycle of like really trying to catch up your recovery. Especially if you just keep repeating the bouts of alcohol, and you're never actually back at full capacity, you're just kind of surviving. Some of the chronic effects of alcohol consumption is it can impair your ability to manage your body composition, so increasing body fat percentage and decreasing muscle mass. It's a lot harder to control with large amounts of alcohol consumption. It can create nutritional deficiencies. It can depress your immune system, which can obviously increase your risk of illness. And if you're getting sick all the time, it's very hard to train at your absolute best. Maybe you even have to miss some training sessions. If you're missing training sessions, you're actually not getting better at your sport. And then all of this can snowball into a further increase of injury risk. Again, we want to avoid injuries as much as we can. And if one simple thing is to try and reduce the amount of alcohol that we're consuming, or just being more conscious of the alcohol consumption. So a couple of recommendations that we have. It's very hard to give recommendations for this because there's not a whole lot of research specifically for athletes, because it is unethical to, I guess, determine the actual effects of alcohol on athletic performance. But there is some research out there that's given us a few tips and tricks. A lot of the recommendations are just to follow the general population guidelines, so trying to avoid binge drinking, and large quantities of alcohol consumption. It's not like any alcohol is bad. Some alcohol consumption can be good, but I think it's this binge drinking and excessive alcohol consumption that is probably the most damaging and impactful. So things you can do that may help putting all this together, and this is probably more anecdotal evidence than anything else, is eating prior to large alcohol consumption. So trying to negate the side effects of alcohol by having a really good nutritious meal before you eat. So high in good quality lean protein, high in vegetables to top up your mineral stores, high in good quality carbohydrates and fats to replenish those fuel stores that you might have lost from training or competition, or just in general keeping yourself topped up, so you can still help that recovery process. And then post a drinking bout, and I think this should be done as quickly as you can, or as immediately as possible. So instead of just like finishing, going to sleep, and then dealing with it in the morning, maybe trying to get on top of this before you go to sleep can have a big impact. So hydration is probably going to be absolutely key. Getting in some Gatorade or Powerade or Aqualite, whatever you need to do prior to going to bed, I think is probably really important. And then the next morning, same thing, maybe having another Gatorade or Aqualite. Topping up your minerals. Cucumbers are actually awesome at this because they give you a 2-for-1. They can increase, because they're pretty much water, they can increase your hydration status, and they have good profile of vitamin minerals that can help replenish what you've lost via the alcohol consumption. Protein, like I said before, your protein synthesis gets seriously impacted, which then impacts your ability to recover. So having extra protein, either before you go to bed or immediately in the morning, probably easiest via a protein shake or some kind of protein source. And then trying to top up your minerals, your vitamins, your minerals. This is where Berocca can actually come in pretty conveniently. Again, you get a 2-for-1 where you're adding vitamins and minerals to a liquid or water, hopefully just water, and then you're getting a bit of hydration as well. Look, it's not a save all. Like, it's not going to be completely stop the effects of alcohol consumption, but it does actually have a better impact. If you don't do that, or even worse, you know, you go and have, like, you do the opposite, you have dirty kebab, you don't drink any water, you don't get enough sleep, you don't have any protein, you know you're going to be far worse off the next day or in the morning or whenever you've finished. So I think it definitely helps if you are prepared prior to drinking and then prepared for after drinking, just to reduce the impact that alcohol can have on your body. Okay guys, there's plenty more information out there, but this is a good start. Let's see how you go. Thanks for that.